Today I'm sharing a recipe with you that I grew up eating. For my South Asian friends, you may be familiar with chole or chanas. It was a staple at our tea parties and even at our Ramadan table. And with Ramadan coming up, you'll definitely want this recipe handy. It is a great recipe for meal prepping, and so this recipe can come together real fast provided you prep ahead. This recipe comprises of 3 components: the tamarind or imli ki chutney, which I prefer to batch prep and keep it in the freezer. The second component are the chickpeas, which today I am using canned chickpeas. You can pre-soak and boil your own. So we start by putting the chickpeas into a pan and adding the tamarind chutney. You can add a little bit of water to bring the two together and mash the chickpeas as you go. And then along with the chickpeas, we have some potatoes. Now this too you can pre-boil and have prepped ahead. We cover the pan and let that simmer for a while so that it's easier to come together. I like my chickpeas a little mushy. And while that's going, we prep the garnish, which is the third component of this chole recipe. So we begin by chopping 1 large red onion, so although I won't be needing the whole onion, I really like to have stuff ready and prepped ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and chop the whole onion and store it for use throughout the week. And we're going to do the same for the tomatoes. And now for the green chili. And here's how I store my cilantro. I've been storing it in a jar of water, but lately I've started covering it up too. And this helps your cilantro last for weeks. So again, I'm just going to chop up the whole bunch, even though I don't need so much. Of course, with garnish, you can control as much and as little of it as you like. And here's how I'm storing my cilantro. I like to line the dish with some paper towels so we can prevent moisture and prevent wilting in turn. Alright, by now the chole should be ready and softened up. Going to give it a taste test and we're good to go. Okay, so now your chole are ready and now we start garnishing. So we put in our tomatoes. Now with the green chili you can go as little or as much as you like. We like it nice and spicy here. Then we have the purple of the onions and finally the cilantro or coriander. And that's really it. It is extremely nutrient dense, has your protein, your good carbs. And now for the taste test. So good. As chole is nice and warm, it just adds to it. I hope you make this recipe. Like I said, with Ramadan coming up, this is a staple in most South Asian homes. It's just high in protein, high in fiber, which you need during Ramadan. And the imli ki chutney recipe is on my website, so definitely go have a look there. This brings us to the end of today's video. I hope that you try this recipe, and if you do, be sure to take a picture, tag me on Instagram at Eat.Drink.Pure. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week.